What if one of the biggest arguments in human history never really ends? More than 50 years after Apollo 11, millions of people still ask the same question. Did humans really land on the moon? And if we did, then why have we not gone back in the same way ever since? At first, that doubt sounds reasonable. After all, the first moon landing happened in 1969 with computers far weaker than the phone in your pocket today. So how could people reach the moon back then but struggle to return now? That question is exactly why this story is so powerful. Because the truth is the moon landing was real, and the evidence is much bigger than a few old photos. A lot of people point to the waving flag shadows or the quality of the footage and say something feels off. But most of those claims fall apart once physics and camera limits are explained. The flag seemed to move because it was twisted while being planted, and with no air on the moon, it kept vibrating longer. The odd shadows came from uneven ground, harsh sunlight, and camera exposure, not from studio lights. First, there are the lunar rocks. Apollo missions brought back hundreds of kilograms of material from the moon, and scientists around the world have studied those samples for decades. Their chemical makeup does not match ordinary Earth rocks, and they show clear signs of exposure to the lunar environment. Second, there are devices left on the moon itself. Astronauts placed special reflectors on the lunar surface, and even today scientists can fire lasers from Earth and measure the return signal. That means equipment placed during Apollo is still sitting there. Third, there are modern images of the landing sites. Orbiters sent around the moon have photographed the places where Apollo missions landed, and those pictures show descent stages, equipment, and even tracks on the surface. So if the evidence is this strong, then why did humans stop going? The answer is not because it was fake. It is because going to the moon is brutally hard, expensive, and dangerous. Apollo was driven by the Cold War. The United States wanted to beat the Soviet Union in the biggest space race on Earth. Once that goal was achieved, public attention dropped, budgets were cut, and priorities changed. In simple words, we did not stop because we could not go. We stopped because governments no longer wanted to spend that much money that fast. And here is the part many people miss. Technology moving forward does not automatically make moon travel easy. Yes, our computers are better today. Yes, our software is smarter today. But sending humans safely to the moon still requires giant rockets, life support systems, precision landing technology, space suits, communication systems, and a mission plan that works perfectly. One mistake in deep space can kill a crew. That is why returning to the moon is not like reopening an old airport route. It is more like rebuilding an entire system of hardware, knowledge, and political will. And now the world is trying again. NASA and its partners are working on missions designed to send humans back to the moon. And this time the goal is not just to plant a flag and leave. The goal is to stay longer, learn more, and use the moon as a stepping stone for future missions deeper into space. So was the moon landing real? Yes, the evidence says it was. The bigger mystery is not whether humanity went to the moon. The bigger mystery is why such an incredible achievement was treated like a finish line instead of a beginning. Maybe the real story is not that we never had the power to go back. Maybe the real story is that history, ambition, money, and politics decided where that power would be used. And now, after decades of waiting, humanity may finally be preparing to write the next chapter. Do you think the moon landing was real, or do you still have doubts? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe for more stories that make you question everything you thought you knew.